The year is rapidly coming to a close, and as we continue to celebrate the past 20 years here at BCSN, presented by First Solar, tonight Justin and Greg double up and serve Greg Frankie's top girls tennis athletes of the BCSN era.
We're volleying, we're serving on this edition of the top 20 athletes for girls tennis. I'm Justin, he's Greg. Let's take a look at the list of the 20 athletes, alphabetical by last name. Ignore the rankings, just alphabetical by last name. 20 superb tennis players over the BCSN era. Maddie Arquette, Morgan Bechtel, Lily Black, Morgan Delp, Sydney Delp, Maddie Eccleston, Drew Phyllis, Tara Magliani, Megan McNamara, Tegan McNamara, Ava McQuillan, Julia Metzger, Megan Miller, Alicia Nahas, Kelly O'Connell, Maddie Peasley, Catherine Regnis, Kennedy Schaefer, Neela Vaez, and April Weaver. As you take a look at this list, I see at least one state champion on there, Neela Vaez.
Yes, and she was a tremendous player. We only caught her right at the end, and in fact, we might have gotten her on the city tournaments that she played in, where she was so outstanding. And again, I said earlier that I was sorry that Todd Dominiak, the 10 straight champion, straight champion in the guys' side, never played James O'Connell, who went to Ohio State. I was sorry that Kennedy Schaefer never faced Neela Vaez. Now, Kennedy Schaefer was a 7th grader, and she played in this women's tournament against a lot of college players and a lot of senior players who were still outstanding. She beat them all.
Wow.
She's 13 years old, 14 at the tops. And the next year, I had the list in my hands of all the people that were entered. Kennedy Schaefer's name was on the list. Nobody else played. There has not been a women's tournament since. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that nobody wanted to go out and lose to this girl that was still in junior high. But Neela Vaez would have accepted the challenge, and that would have been a great match, and especially because by that time she was much more experienced, she might have had a good chance. But get those two playing at their top level. Kennedy went on to have a great career at Georgia and has been pursuing the professional ranks. Neela Vaez went on to Virginia and was outstanding. That would have been a great match.
Yeah, and looking at the 20 names on this list, Greg, I see a number of Central Catholic players. They've had a long-standing coach there, Lisa Balruki, who made our top coaches of the BCSN era list. Ava McQuillan, an example of a Fighting Irish tennis player who's played very, very well on the court.
Yeah, and she was a dominant player until Lily Black came along there when she was there in the City League. But the Delp sisters, Morgan and Sydney, they were such a enjoyable team to watch, and they got to state 4 years in a row, and they were really outstanding. They never could quite get into that semifinal match. If they had, they might have been able to do very well. A couple other players I think need to be mentioned, just such a high level, and she's outside of our area, but Olivia Rohrbacher of Sandusky Perkins, she's a player that's on that elite level. And Lily Black had some injury issues. She was a top level recruit. She ended up going to Cincinnati, but her coach was an alum there, so he thought the program was great. Some of her best friends were there, thought it would be a good fit, but she had some injury problems, and that unfortunately has not allowed her to continue on the level that she had been. And Maddie Peasley and Megan Miller, 2 players for Northview. Megan Miller never lost a conference match. Maddie Peasley's like knocking at the door at that elite level like that. Players that you just got to mention.
Yeah, I saw recently that Lily Black has joined the Bowling Green State University Falcons women's tennis roster. Congratulations to her and all of the 20 that you see. One more look here at the top girls tennis players of the BCSN era, 2004 to 2024. Congratulations to all of them on this list, a wide swath of top talent across our entire BCSN viewing area. Greg's been putting together top tier lists over the course of the month of December as we look at the top 20 athletes per sport on Sports Nightly.
And tomorrow night, the top 20 continues with Greg's best swimmers.